Welcome back, everyone, to another Sunday night of shenanigans or disaster, whatever comes first. We got the three lovely ladies on for the first time this year. Thanks for coming on, guys.
That's okay.
How have we all been?
Good, busy.
Tired.
Busy?
Yeah, definitely busy.
I wanted to ask you, Bianca, you've been going pretty hard on the YouTube.
I have. I know. What's wrong with me?
We need it.
I've got another one. Yeah, maybe tomorrow on the next day, and then there'll probably be like a couple of weeks break where I get over it.
Yeah, like I didn't put one out for months, and then I put one out like 3 weeks ago saying, I'm going to be uploading a lot more, and then I didn't do one for 3 weeks, and then I did 2 in 2 days.
Yeah.
So you've done like you did like 3 in a row, didn't you? Like this week.
Yeah, I spent 3 days with Brad basically, so that was fun. And I think it just sort of kicked my ass into gear of, okay, you can't actually do this, just do it.
Yeah.
So it's happening.
Cool. They're great videos too, so if anyone hasn't subbed yet, go over the links in the description. I'm sure Brad or Jazzy will chuck a link in the comments. How you been going, Sarah? You just said you were busy. You've been busy?
Yeah, surprisingly, normally January is dead. But this month we're looking at good profits. So, and not just Etsy, also eBay's been going crazy for me. I made like one huge $500 sale. She bought like 20 different things off to America.
Wow.
What else? And my stall at Ray Ray is doing really well this month as well. So it's all angles. Surprised, but also happy with the results.
That's awesome. Yeah. I had a guy buy a couple months ago, bought 37 DVDs off me. And
Nice.
every now and then I just remember it and I think, I wish that guy would come back. He spent like $800 on DVD.
On eBay?
Yeah.
Just message him and say, I've just loaded a bunch of stuff. Have a look.
I should. I should. What about you, Cara? How you been going?
Yeah, good. Busy as well. I feel like we're all kind of busy doing stuff in January. Yeah, eBay's been okay, but yeah, it is just January. So, what is the dog doing? What is it doing? Sorry, she's making noises. But yeah, otherwise, getting the weekends back and sort of just chilling while I can, and then having big weeks.
Cool. We'll say hello to the chat. Jazzy, how you going? Unwanted but needed. How you going? Lots of great questions again tonight. Groggy, how you going? I'm wondering if there will be more giggling, laughing than talking content. There was a lot before the show. Cindy Brown, how you going? Looks like it's going to be a good one tonight for sure. Chris Black sings and he also sells things. Greetings to the three beautiful ladies and their handsome DVD. You don't get that very often. Western Picker, how you going? Tobes, Bax, Paddy, how you going? Judder, pay-per-view quality lineup tonight. Nice, yep, definitely. Books along with stuff. Brad, Cara's here, but she's not here. Lozzie, how you going? Brendan, Rose Between the Thorns.
The weirdest thing is just happening. Like, I have a mirror, right? And there's like scratching inside of the mirror.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was the dog, but Ruby was standing there going, what the fuck is that? Like looking into the mirror. And there was like scratching. Yeah.
Okay, you need to burn the mirror.
Like, no.
Smudge that shit.
What could it be? I was like,
I don't want to know.
Sorry, but yeah, now I'm freaked out.
I think you got
I'll let
that.
you know if there's anything behind you.
Tash, happy birthday to your son, 1 year old today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Josh, all the way from Broome. How you going, mate? There we go.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, yep. Probably my lowest sales week for 3 months. Wow, that sucks. Hopefully it'll pick up. Very slow end of last week and start of this week. Thankfully, the weekend has been a boomer. Christian, how you going, mate? Cara is haunted.
The mirror.
Raiders, don't bring it to work, please. The haunted house of Thrifty Pixie rated R.
That's a
I
different.
was going to ask you, a few people mentioned it there. I was going to ask you guys what you thought about January. Like, was it slow? Like, was it really slow, or more so talking with eBay? But like, you guys sell on different platforms as well. Did you notice it was slower than normal? Mine was different because I haven't been well, so I couldn't really gauge it.
Yeah, I'm different too. My kids have been on school holiday, so I purposely basically have taken this month off. I don't really know. I've still been making sales, but that's without listings, so I don't know.
Yeah.
No, my
What
sales
about
they're up.
Sorry?
Surprising. My sales are up, like I said.
Yeah.
What's happened, what's different, why all of a sudden the shop's gone crazy, but it has.
What about you guys, Cara?
It's been like better than I actually thought. So some days are really good, and then other days are terrible. It feels like it's like the really high highs and just really low lows. So, yeah, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought January was going to be pretty awful, and it's a little bit scary with such big overheads that we have. And obviously we're paying 4 people as well. So, yeah, having that and all the expenses is a little bit scary to be like, well, how income's like going all the way down, or the business income. So, but it hasn't been as bad. It was like a little bit bad after Christmas, and we paid a lot of bills and stuff like that. And, you know, you get down to the little, the bits there and you're like, oh no, like, but it, you know, how, you know, we've got 2 stores, so we've got income coming in every single day pretty much because we have payouts every day. So yeah, overall it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'd have to say mine wasn't too bad considering. Like, I stopped listing before I went to Ballarat. Like, that was 10th of December.
Yeah.
And then when I got back, it was Christmas and stuff, and I wasn't well, and I put my store into Wayno for a week, and then now my leg stuff. So I've only really been listing the last 9 days, and it picked up massively. But I think before that, like, considering I hadn't listed heaps, I was actually making reasonably good sales. So, Chris has been smashing it. Last 2 weeks, eBay has been on fire for me at least. I missed a couple here. January has been good for me. Had more time to list some more sales. Store in time away for 2 weeks. Been slower than usual, but not sure due to away mode or just January starting to pick up now. So graveyards paperback for that's crazy.
Oh,
Definitely had to tighten the belt, but yeah, about what I expected.
We've been really trying to list all the things that we have. Like, we had quite a bit of stock unlisted before we went away, and so but instead of us going out buying more stuff in January, we really like buckled down, and all those things that we were like, oh, that's a bit hard to list, I'll just put it aside. And those things, that's what we've been doing. You know, even though it's a pain in the fucking ass, because like it's day after day of that kind of stuff. Like, you don't get that in between of like, oh, I love this thing, like I love listing this. It's been a lot of like, oh, I hate this thing, but those things are not necessarily like cheap items. They're just items that we have to count pieces of, or like do different kind of pictures of them. They're large, or you have to test them and things like that.
That's like my DVD death file is. I've got thousands of DVDs that still need to be listed. They're all TV shows. because it's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass to clean all the discs, and it takes. I did. I listed nearly the whole series of All Saints today, and every single one of the discs needed to be cleaned. They had fingerprints on them that wouldn't just wipe off, so they had to be properly cleaned and everything. Fuck, it took me a long time. It took me at least an hour just to clean the discs. I watched like half a movie while I was doing it. So yeah, my whole death pile of DVDs is TV shows, because it's just like it's not worth, like I said in the video the other day, it's not really worth the effort for most of them.
I've been stockpiling stuff since Adelaide, so I cleaned the table just so it looked presentable. I've got the skinniest path to get to this chair, and then this entire room is like piled up. That's my next phase of just sitting and listing the boring. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, it becomes daunting.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed.
Get a day and like maybe like even a day a week or something, and be like, okay, today's the day that I list the things I don't like.
It was going to start this week, but because Willow doesn't start school till Tuesday, and then I'm going to see Sarah on Tuesday, we're going to thrift. I might be seeing Brad on Thursday. And I'm like, next week on Monday, I'm starting.
Now, I've been on top of it this year. My shelves, I've got shelves dedicated to just new stock that hasn't been listed yet, and I've just been emptying them. So I get the new stuff, it sits there for maybe a day, clean it, photograph it, get to put away straight away. So
it feels so good to just start again.
Yeah.
Clean slate.
Yeah.
3 days off listing as my middle finger was locking. Rested for 3 days, seems okay now, so I'm still coming in. I've got a listing injury as well. Yeah. I got a listing injury as well.
Yeah, I have that a lot. I can't.
I got a fucking blister on my finger from cleaning discs.
Fucking old people's chat or something. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I got a blister. I've got hemorrhoids. Like.
I normally lick the disc to get rid of those pesky fingerprints. Yeah, box in the chair. I've had about 5 people ask me about that box. I should have fucking moved it before I made the video. A couple of Star Wars toys sticking out the top. I've got an eBay listing pile which I haven't started yet. Yeah, that's called my house. No death pile. Nothing worse than a locked finger midway. Only backstop. Cara's is stuck that way as it's the only one she gives me all the time. Grogs will be in her element with this nursing home chat. Middle finger injury when it locks is in pain. Alright, we got some questions from the lovely peoples. This is a good one. Reselling Wonders said, do you use any particular website for vintage research, or do you just Google?
Well, always start with Google and then move on to eBay for comps. But as I've learned, comping an item doesn't exactly mean you have to just go by what it's sold on eBay. My market's Etsy, so I also look at Etsy prices because it tells you what something's sold for as well. And I find that with Etsy, things sell for a bit higher price than eBay. So I get a good sort of idea on, what the item is, all the information, and also pricing by looking at all the different websites that I can.
Yeah. Are you guys the same? Do you look at Google? Just Google?
Yeah, start with Google. Well, actually, I'll probably start with eBay if I know what it is. If I don't know what it is, then I'm Googling.
I think the hardest thing for people who are not versed in vintage, and when I say vintage, I'm talking about hard goods because kind of like that's what we've all got in common a little bit. If you find something and you think, oh, it's nice, it's pretty, it's interesting, it might have a mark on it, but you might even not know where to start because like there's certain keywords like, I don't know, mid-century or something like that people might not know that's what that item is. So it might be a little bit hard to identify. And I guess that's where like selling that kind of stuff and getting more knowledge in that area does help. If I find something like really interesting, has no marks, a good place to start is Google, but
Google
what is it
Image.
called? Google Images. Is that what they call it?
Lens.
Google Lens. That is crazy, some of the stuff that I've been able to take a photo of, and it's like, it's this.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how in this day and age, like if you think about all the vintage resellers and even us probably as well, like obviously that's only been around for a few years. We weren't able to just like take a picture of something before. We had to like know, but now it's a little bit easier to gain that knowledge. And but yeah, I definitely start with that. Obviously comp it, see if anything's around, go to Etsy, Google. I look at Google Images a lot because sometimes like the shopping section and the Google Images are a little bit different. Because obviously shopping's like what's available, and images is like anything on the internet sort of thing. So
Yeah, I find that I use Google Lens the most for toys, action figures.
Yeah.
And stuff. I just don't know what they are, like, and we'll find them straight away. Like, there's lots of stuff that just won't find. Like, just if it looks too common or something.
yeah.
But
I actually did that the other day with a toy. I'm not very good with toys, especially if they're like not marked. These ones were just marked Mattel, but Mattel has like, it was a doll, and it looked like they're like animal dolls, and I just literally took a picture of it and like, surely this is not going to come up, and it just straight away came up with like hundreds of listings of this thing, and I was able to like put the little lot up for like $80 because they were kind of like uncommon.
what's worse is I'm 22 and I've related to it since I was 22. Bowden, how you going, mate?
Hello.
Bowden.
I Googled to find info about new items. Wayno is my go-to when I was trying to help the octopus the other day figure out if his t-shirt he had was vintage or not, and it was like the blind leading the blind. I just fucking had no idea. Cara, that me. I have a 3 set of plates that belong to my grandmother that I want to sell, but I feel a bit lost.
Yeah. I think as well, if you do start researching something and you do find a good website, and this is something that I do a lot, is I just completely will forget about that website unless I like save it in my notes or something like that. There's websites that I've used before that are great for like silver marks and things like that, because I don't remember silver markings, and like it just doesn't stay in my brain. So that's something that like I'll keep like in my note, like this silver mark website. I can just go there and it's so easy. And the same with like really popular items like stamps and things like that. There's so many good websites out there for that kind of stuff. And even like markings on China and things like that, because people love that kind of stuff, and there's people out there who are experts on it, and they've made like, they're not the best looking websites, but they're actually very, very good information, and it'll have like century of like what sort of happened in that. If it's like Paragon China or something like that, it will list all of those and all the marks from 1882 to etc., and like those are always good, and I always save those in my notebook.
I think also if you're looking for a certain piece and you know it's something special but you don't recognise the marking, or it has no marking, there's always Facebook as well. There's so many different Facebook groups dedicated to China and pottery and German pottery, or whichever it is that you're trying to find. So join as many of them groups as you can. A lot of them groups actually have experts on the sort of friends list and in the admin as well. So just pop a picture of the information you have on it, like size and stuff, and they normally get on there and help you identify a piece. They won't help you price a piece. They can't value a piece on there though, normally.
Yeah, usually those people are pretty friendly. I've when I had a couple of like World War II pieces, I joined a few like World War II groups, and I actually was like too scared to post in there because it was all just dudes, and I was like, I'll just be this one woman who's like, hello, Just this comment. Like, I just knew they were just going to drag me, so I just didn't post it there and like deleted myself from the group because I was like, no.
Strange art is actually something good to look for.
Nah, I'm out. I don't like it.
You need to log in with Mikhail's account.
Yeah. Pretend to be a dude.
How long do you keep an item if it doesn't sell? So do you keep reducing price or thrift it back?
Oh, depends on the item, really.
Yeah.
I've got stuff in my store that's been there for like 2 years because it's specific and it just needs that right buyer to come and find it. And there's things that I've had in there for over a year that I've sort of reduced the price on and they're in my clearance section. But unless it's something that I was never quite sure about in the first place, I'll probably just chuck it in a bag and donate it to Savers and get my discount. But besides that, I'll let them sit.
For DVDs, the DVD like market changes all the time. The prices change all the time, and usually they go down. So if you haven't sold it by a certain point, it's someone's like heaps of people have undercut you. So I usually, when I end and sell similar, all my $9.95 DVDs, I just end them and sell similar, and I don't recomp them or anything. They're all probably like selling for like $4 or $5 now on eBay, but I just use them as pawns basically for the algorithm. And anything like above, like like stuff that's like $20 or whatever, I'll just recomp it while I'm ending and sell similar, and reprice it if it needs it. It usually does. But yeah, I've removed a bunch of CDs because they're just literally garbage. I haven't actually removed any DVDs like from my store. I just keep ending and sell similar, but I'm planning on doing it soon just to clear out some space.
I think it's always good to have a clean out once in a while, and even if that's like you should be doing similar. You shouldn't let listings get stale. It should be like if in a couple of months that item hasn't sold, then sell similar, look at the listing again, see if it's gone down in price, or maybe you've like spelled something incorrectly, you haven't done enough specifics, and then usually I just like reprice it, and then I'll just sell similar. If it doesn't sell after that, I think there's like should be a process. Like it depends on what you're selling as well. But I mean, and I don't follow this all the time, but I will sell similar maybe like twice. And then I have put things up for auction before, but maybe after that time, just get rid of it. And especially if you're doing your taxes properly, that becomes something that you can then write off as well, because that's what all businesses do. They write things off. That's why a lot of companies cut up items and chuck them in the bin. It's because it's a tax write-off. So I'm not saying do that, but you you give it back to the op shop. It then becomes a tax write-off. Obviously, you don't want to be doing that. And I think getting better knowledge over time does help as well. We all make mistakes, obviously, depending on our skill level and things like that. Even if you've been doing it for heaps of years, like maybe you'll still make mistakes, but eventually you should hopefully like have less of those and have to do that less.
I'm a bit like Sarah. I've been probably around. If it's been sitting there for ages, I can either make one pile that goes to Savers, get my discount, or I sort of stock. I've got room, so that's a good bonus, but I just put stuff aside for the better months. Like I should have probably done a market or a garage sale or something, but I haven't done it this year because I don't have that much stuff, which is good. But I do like to have two, one that I'll donate back and one that I'll go and do, like a market or whatever. And then whatever doesn't sell from there will go and get donated. But any money is good money. So try and do like a bulk lot on Facebook or something like that just to get the cash flow back in before I donate it.
Yeah.
Way behind in the chat. Anyone in the chat needs Schleck or Sleek animals?
Schley.
Schley. Random toy niche I can help with. Never heard of them.
They're so good.
Yes, they sell well.
They sell like that.
That was like $500 sale.
If it's FIFA 2002, I keep it forever evergreen. eBay suggests a post becomes stale after 9 months. If something hasn't sold, I end it and relist it for $4 more and off when it sells.
Good trick.
We changed the contact details on my personal store and then sold an item that had been sitting there for like 2 years.
Wow.
But when I end sell similar though, all those 9.95, they've been there for 2 years. Always like say if I do like 100, 4 or 5 of them sell.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like just needs the right person to see it. Like they just someone's looking at newly listed items and they see it.
Last week, I did all my listings that were over $100. So I relisted all of them, which was like 80 listings or something like that. And I made like 3 sales like really quickly afterwards of those items, and I just like brought the price down a little bit.
Sometimes I'll sell similar and whack the price up. I think Cara does that a bit too. Actually doing a clean out now. I haven't done it since I started reselling before. Just sold 24 Thomas toys, which have been listed for 2 years for $160. Paid $10. A long wait, but finally found that one, this one. There you go.
Thomas and Tank people are fucking weirdos. Sorry, I gotta say it.
No offense.
On eBay, they are. Like, the people who buy Thomas the Tank are weirdos.
Does relisting work as well as self? I think the consensus is that self-similar is a new listing, so
yes.
eBay will like it better. There you go. Yep. Treats it as a fresh listing. Relist just refreshes.
Obviously, you're losing your watches as well when you're doing that, but a lot of the time it doesn't matter because maybe they're not even interested in the item anymore. Obviously, if it's been sitting there for a long time and they haven't, made an offer or something like that. So
they get an email anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
items being relisted or whatever. Yeah. If they like, I know people that won't sell similar. They won't end sell similar because they don't want to lose their watches. But realistically, if they haven't bought it yet, they're useless.
They're going to buy it.
So I'd rather just get rid of it.
Watches are scum. I love that.
You ever sold anything that you regret not keeping personal?
Daily.
I don't know anything off the top of my head, but all the time. And then I find it again. I'm like, I'm never selling it. And then 2 weeks later, it's sold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the selling is addictive, so it sort of helps you not become a hoarder in a way.
I sold all my shit a few years ago. I was broke and I was really sick, and I couldn't work around it. And I had a shitload of Prince vinyl, like in a lot of other vinyl, and I sold it all. I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me. It's just stuff that collected dust. I never played them. I collected them because I liked them. And I bought them all years and years ago. And I bought them for back when vinyl wasn't a thing. So, I got a mint copy of Black Sabbath Paranoid for $3 from the record store. And then I sold it for I don't even know how much, $80 or something. But yeah. One bonus for the relist is the reminder. I tried both for long periods of time for similar hit rate, so my perspective either way seems to work. I've heard listing things work. I regret throwing things out just before I saw my first video. So yeah. All right, we got a few questions, so we should move on. This one's from Tash. It's a little bit hard to read because it's over 3 boxes. I can get electrical items tested for free. Dad's an electrician. Do you think this would make them easier to sell if they're tested and tagged?
Definitely.
I guess. It depends on your sale price. Like if it's going to be worth his time really as well, and your time to take it to him, for him to do it, for you to go pick it up, etc., etc. So
if it's like even when it's working, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, I suppose if it's like,
I mean,
I don't know, even with a tag and test, right? Like, it doesn't mean that it's going to completely work. Like, even at the op shops, they just turn it on. It doesn't really mean much. I don't know.
If legally it does. So if something was to happen and it caused a fire, if it's tagged and tested, then you're not held responsible for that. But so if I'm selling an electric item, I always put a disclaimer, hasn't been tested and tagged. It's my recommendation that you get that done before use.
Yeah, same.
They're not going to do it, but I've sort of covered my ass a bit there.
Okay, he lives with me. Also, as well though, on eBay, I don't know, like, if you are like if you sell someone something electrical, I don't know what eBay have like in their fine print, but surely like you as the seller can't be liable. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think it's a fine line. So I heard a few years ago that a lot of resellers should have an insurance which covers us for things if we're selling electricals and also furniture, because if somebody is injured collecting them or injures themselves like with that item, so if it's electrical and it electrocutes them or something, we can be held liable because we have a business reselling. But again, I've never looked into that because I'm not a massive, I don't sell furniture, and electricals are like a tiny, section of what I sell. So I've never really delved into that rabbit hole.
So my collection of video games when wife took leave from work got us through and now have toys. Yeah, I mean, like, that's sort of the way I look at it with my records. Like, it saved me from getting kicked out of my house. I can't really regret it. Yeah, where was I up to? You can't have a return if you burn someone's house down.
Yeah, how are they going to return it? They don't have their computer anymore.
I'm knocking on your door.
Can't print a return label.
All right, next question. Question for Cara or anyone. It's from the Western Picker. What are some good authors for reselling to look out for?
Authors. God, just off the top of my head, I just like completely have gone blank. Probably genres are good. Like, it's so hard to sell just like one paperback for like good money. So usually if we are doing something like that, where say like there's like a Margaret Atwood book, which is she's the author of The Testaments and Handmaid's Tale. Like, it might be harder to sell like one of those books by itself, but if you sell multiple together, like, it'll sell better. But like, obviously Stephen King does well. I've sold a few of his books like recently for like $90. Those were the older ones though. We sell a lot of not just novels kind of thing. There's a lot of other stuff that we sell. But sci-fi does really well. There's a lot of authors in that sort of category that are really worth like compiling books together and listing those. Usually if I'm op shopping, not that I'm doing that a lot lately, especially for books, because books tend to be harder to buy at the op shops that's worth selling them. Like, they'll probably be like $2 each or $3 each, maybe more. Like, literally the other day I was at Salvo's and there was like a book for $20 and I was like, what the fuck? What is this place? Yeah, print companies like Folio Society, some of like the Heron Publishing, and there's another one as well, I can't remember it, but and now I've like forgotten what I was saying, but it's harder to, that's right, it was harder to sell books from op shops. But when I'm in the op shop and if I do see like a section of the same author, I'm more likely to comp those ones because I can get them in a like lot and then it will definitely sell for higher prices than just like one novel. But yeah, there's lots of different books out there that are not just fiction. So we do a lot of that kind of stuff over the sort of novels. Yeah. They do a lot of art sort of books. We've got a couple up at the moment. Not just like print art, but like photographs and things like that, I think, as well. I don't know what else they do, if they do anything else.
Serial killers pay top dollars for anatomy books for some reason.
Yeah, strange things that like categories always like do really well, like I don't know, witchcraft, or I've got like a really amazing book that's about women's anatomy, and it's like from the 1930s. Like those are the books that are hard to find, and people are really searching for. So yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I'd rather look at rather than just authors.
Right, like we all whinge about op shop prices, but like they're entitled to put any price they want on something.
Yeah.
The thing that is most annoying is they don't. If you're going to do that, you got to learn what you're doing. Like putting $235 on a book that's worth $50.
Yeah.
Oh, but they Googled it and someone in First Bids put some ridiculous price.
Yeah,
So that must be what it sells for.
Octopus anatomy books are great. They're called books. I better go cop 3 books I got today.
Do some work, mate.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some work. Do it.
Art books going well. Hobby, RPG books, occult, some Bibles, vintage housekeeping. I sell obscure books that pique my interest. Pop culture bands, fashion bands. So similar with DVDs, like I miss the 1930s. Doctors used to prescribe cocaine to keep the ghosts out of your blood. So obscure that I know the whole poetry quilting.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, and everyone in the comments.
I think things
I saw
like this.
women's anatomy books.
I've never actually comped this, but I know Cara and I were talking about this book. It's a complete fortune telling. I think this is the kind of book that would probably do pretty well, especially since
it's interesting. As very minimal would be, you wouldn't find that every day, kind of thing.
No, exactly, and it's just it's really cool. It's about fortune telling apparently, but I just use it as decorative. I don't think I'd ever sell it for that reason because I love how it looks. But
where Toby said about the anatomy book, it's actually funny that you say that, Toby, and I mean, I know that I just bring it up, but today Mikhail was, my husband, he was trying to watch a movie, and I was in this like weird mood that I get in sometimes where I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like walking around the house, and I'm being really annoying, and I can't find anything to do, even though there is lots to do. Anyway, I'm in this mood, and I've walked over to my bookshelf, which is right next to the TV, and I've pulled the anatomy book out, and I'm flicking through it. And prior to that, I was trying to give him a spelling bee from the dictionary. He was like, I'm trying to watch a movie, and I was like, spell obscure. And then I sort of walked up to him, and I was like, have you seen this book yet? And I was like flicking through it, and I was like, look, scabies. He was like, get away from me.
Figsy, how you going? I picked up a cute dress new tags and they put $50 fair call, but the stitch was falling apart and made no sense. Glad to tickle that thumb for the crew. Thank you, Jonna. Anyone have a book on cooking calamari?
Wow, that's specific.
Science fiction stuff goes well, fantasy.
Yeah.
What should I try? International shipping or I think it? Yeah, books can get pretty heavy though. So
yeah, they can.
I've made that mistake.
Oh, I've just sold some books.
What'd you sell?
They are called Matthew Henry's Commentary on the Whole Bible.
Ooh.
Complete 6 volumes for $100.
Ooh, nice. Supply
random as hell.
Hello from UK to PNG to Oz. Hang on.
That's a journey.
Oh my God, Cara does start spelling competitions when she's in a mood.
I had this little dictionary that I found, like when we had some books brought to us, and it's so tiny. It's like this big, and I was just carrying it around with me all day, and then I would just annoy everyone.
Each segment of the show, all your new guests have to spell a random word.
I was leaning out from, how we've got like a thing upstairs, the window, and I was like,
Little
opening
hole.
it. Yeah, I was like, hey, spell irresponsible.
No worries at all, Matthew. And if anyone else is hoping for help in Facebook, don't expect it because I never look at it. I just happened to see that one day. I never look at Facebook anymore. I usually just I use it for a marketplace and that's it. All right, we're gonna have to. Barney, how you going, mate? We're gonna have to move on. It's getting late. We've still got like 4 questions.
Snappy. Let's go.
This one's hilarious because they've written it wrong. And it changes the whole question.
Read it wrong.
I'm going to read it how it's written.
Yeah.
What is your best tip when you are doing eBay as a hobbit and can't stop yourself touching it all the time?
I don't know.
Read it again. Hobbit, did you say?
What is your best tip?
Well, you can't stop yourself touching it all the time.
We do have a few tips in this situation here. Which one's the best? The left or the right?
If you're doing eBay as a hobby
Mm-hmm.
and you can't stop yourself looking at it all the time, it's pretty normal when you first start. I think most people are, when you become full-time, you just look at it all the time because you have to. So I don't know if there's any tips we could give because we probably all look at it all the time. But
We do, and it's addictive in a sense. And I found that I've become quite irritable. Like if I'm sitting there watching a movie, I'm constantly checking my phone to see if there's messages or something. It's horrible. Actually, I went away for a week and there's no reception there, and it was the best thing that could ever happen to me.
I thought something happened to you. I messaged you like, you all right?
I said no reception back in Timboom. So it was wonderful. No phone in my hands.
as a hobbit, I would recommend you. You're taller than me, and I'm not a hobbit. Furlong is though.
Resident hobbit.
Get a PO box on the bottom, bro. Oh, it's Bigsy. Hey, dude, I've seen your videos on the PS3. It's intense, mad respect. Cool. Also, don't lose the ring to rolling. Don't bring shit movies into my lives. Left is best. What's the movie you should be listening to? Distraction. What's all those little thingies behind Bianca?
Oh, they're cats and birds. That's my weird collection. Don't judge.
Vintage Tupperware, overrated or underrated?
I heard that there's something in the plastic which is dangerous to use in the vintage Tupperware. So I haven't really gone into the Tupperware sort of direction because of that. I could have heard wrong there.
Do you mean Tupperware or do you mean Pyrex? Because Tupperware is not.
Tupperware's the plastic.
Yes, Tupperware isn't something that I would look out for to sell. And isn't.
Yes, when I started, I don't know where I got it from, but some lady had like a whole house of it, and I just bought it because it was cheap, and it sold really quickly.
Yeah.
But over the years, it's gone down. Like I won't pick it up anymore.
Yeah.
But at one point, yes, I would.
Some of the modern stuff goes all right.
Yeah, the more modern stuff.
Yeah, probably the modern stuff's probably better. Like the onion chopper. Have you seen that?
It's like one of those.
They're good.
They're great. They're a shit to clean though.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. I actually learned how to actually chop onions quite quickly instead of just using that because I felt like it was taking too long.
Yeah.
And I'm so bad with onions. Like I open the onion, I'm like, like already crying. Like, so I had to learn how to like chuck it like really quickly. Otherwise, no, it doesn't work.
Just wear goggles.
All right. Whoops. Should I stop using my 30 seconds?
Oh no.
Possibly, John. Maybe Google that one.
If you're this far gone, John, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't like when you put like pasta in like the plastic containers and then it's just like orange. You can't get it out. I hate
Yeah.
that.
Well, just use orange Tupperware from now on and you fucking won't even know.
All right. KFC doesn't come in the way they won't know what Tupperware is. I actually don't eat KFC.
It's so
funny.
weird.
All right. Well, we've still got some more questions, but I think we'll just move on and we'll save them for next week because it's getting late. And I've still got Would You Rather and the trivia. So, and I want to do the Would You Rathers because it was really annoying having to write them today. So,
Let's do it.
yeah, some of them are great. All right. Would you rather have baby-sized hands or baby-sized feet?
Maybe size feet.
Feet.
Mhm.
I need my hands.
Yeah.
I don't want to be grabbing important things with little baby hands. That's weird.
The other day, I actually said to Mikhail, I was like, oh,
You're so weird. I feel sorry for you. Oh my God.
Continue with your weird story.
I'm the worst person. Like, why does he live with me? I was like, would you still love me if I had like little hands? Or like little arms and I had like my arms like in my feet? He has to say yes, obviously.
Yeah, I do that with Dave, but I pull like real weird, ugly faces. Like, would you still love me if I look like this?
The next day, I asked him if he would still love me if I had flippers.
Yes, important. I was trying to not say that, but
Like a baby's hand holding it up.
Yes.
I'd have to go with feet because I don't like walking anyway, so it's a pretty easy decision for me. Would you rather never be able to go into an op shop again or cut off a finger?
cut off my finger.
Fuck.
Oh. Which finger does it have to have like?
I need
a
my
choice?
thumb. Any other ones can go.
You can choose.
All right, I'd lose my pinky.
Pinky.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I would. That's really sad, but
No, I don't like it.
9 more. Should have picked small
My
hand.
finger.
Finger, Bubba finger. All right, next one. Would you? Some of these I made up, and some of them I got just off the internet. This one I got off the internet. Would you rather be constantly tired no matter how much you sleep, or constantly hungry no matter how much you eat?
That's evil.
I feel tired all the time anyway.
I know, that's my life as it is now.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm always tired.
I think I'd be angrier if I was hungry all the time.
Yeah.
So tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'd take hungry. For
hungry
2 reasons. One, obviously, I eat. But I did the tired thing. I actually did the tired thing for 15 years before I had got the CPAP machine, and it's fucked. I can tell you right now, sleeping all day is not fun when you don't actually feel like you've slept. It sounds like a great thing, but it's not. Hungry for sure. Retros, how you going?
Hey.
Tired, hungry. I enjoy eating. Yeah, I mean, it's
imagine
a pretty
like
easy
sitting there
decision.
eating and like you're full as fuck, but
Yeah.
you feel like you're hungry. I'd hate that.
Yeah, I'd feel sick.
What's the point? Like, you feel so satisfied after a good meal. Like,
Yeah, if you don't have the satisfaction, why eat?
Don't fuck with the food. The food is life.
I like that. I like that Leanne's getting in on the nursing home. Not to kill the mood, but I have a brain disorder that makes me permanently tired, so maybe neither. Yeah, like I actually had the same thing, but not what you've got. I got sleep apnea and was undiagnosed for like 15 years. Like I was so sick by the end of it. It was horrible. So I'd definitely be hungry all the time. You could adapt to being hungry. You could. I actually don't mind being hungry. It doesn't bother me.
this is true.
I'm tired. Love the flavors. The more I can eat, the better. I've had chronic fatigue for years, 0 out of 10.
I've got that.
Yeah, well, that's what they said I had, or rheumatoid arthritis. I had got diagnosed with like everything except for the simplest thing possible. So dumb.
I was telling the girls just before we got on, I've been napping during the day like crazy the last couple of days because my fatigue has just kicked in out of nowhere, and now I can't sleep at night, and I'm just constantly tired. I'm wrecked. But I'd still rather that than feel hungry, I think. I don't know.
Coincidentally, it's connected. The sugar. Eat less sugar, you'll sleep better. You'll feel better. Would you rather have an INAD every week for a year or eat a cold party pie every day for a year?
Cold party pie.
I think the cold party pies.
So I can get you guys. What about
Only
you?
if there's sauce.
You say?
Sauce.
Yeah, I love the pie.
Sweet. I'm going to get all you guys to eat one of those one day.
We'll do it.
Well, even if it's been cooked and then it's gone cold, then I feel like it's
Straight out the freezer, leave it on the bench. That's it.
no.
I don't care. I would eat a frozen party pie if I didn't have to have an INAD every day.
Can I put sauce on it?
Yeah, you have to have sauce.
You have to have sauce.
Sauce is the best way to ruin food.
Wayno doesn't like sauce.
Oh, I don't mind it on like barbecue, like sausage and bread.
Oh yeah, because that would be pretty sacrilege if you didn't put tomato sauce on like a sausage and white bread. That'd be weird. I'm sorry if someone doesn't do that, but if you just like put a sausage in bread and we're like, yeah, that's it.
That's good.
I'd be like,
Dry.
what?
Yeah.
I think if it doesn't have bread though, or you can taste the sauce. Like if you use sauce for pies or
It
nuggets.
doesn't taste like anything.
No, it mixes in with the gravy. It's delicious. Mate.
What about HP sauce? Do you guys do
no.
that? I love HP.
At least I would have money to buy pie. But everyone's saying pie.
Oh, I had a Cornish pasty today. Rate it. It's good.
Pies cook themselves up here in North Queensland. I don't like sauce. Oh my god! Yeah, I just think it ruins the taste of most.
No.
The only time I put sauce on something is if it's really dry. It just needs like some.
It enhances. It doesn't ruin.
I like my meat like super well done, so it's always dry. I need the sauce. I don't like red, pink meat. No thanks.
I like the juicy meat.
No, charcoal it up. I like it black.
HP sauce sandwiches. I used to have tomato sauce sandwiches at school.
Oh, we used to do that all the time.
With like a slice of cheese and sauce in bread.
Yeah,
That
What about what do you guys call it? Something different? Fritz and sauce sandwiches or Devon? Do you guys call it Devon?
What's Devon?
What is it?
It's like a meat in like a
Straz.
I don't know. It's kind of like a gross lips and assholes. Like I don't know.
I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's meat.
Devon. What is everyone else calling it? Because I don't know what every state calls it.
What is it?
Yeah.
Well, we call it Devon.
I've never heard of Devon.
How would you describe Devon?
Devon's just like it's what you said. It's like all the.
It's like a sandwich. It's a sandwich meat kind of.
It's processed. Yeah, it's just
Like
processed.
spam?
meat.
No.
Yeah,
No, not Stan. It's not in a can. It's like kind of like comes in the dog food, like.
The sausage.
I make it sound
Yeah.
so delicious.
You slice it. I know what you're talking
Yeah, you
about.
slice it.
Yeah.
Crisp.
Yeah, I don't buy that. That's why I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
we
eat
used
that.
to have it as
Straz.
kids.
Straz?
Right?
I think it's Straz. Yeah, Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't even know what that is.
Devon's different to Straz, though. Devon.
Oh, okay.
We've lost them now. Yeah. $7 a kilo stuff. Yeah, the cheapest stuff in the
Yeah,
deli.
gross. The gross and nasty stuff.
Next one. Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music, or be forced to sing along to any song you heard? So you have to, if a song's playing, you have to either dance or sing.
I love singing. And I'm
I like dancing. I like both, but I like
Can I just
dancing.
do both?
No, it's would you rather?
I'll sing.
Yeah.
Doing stuff is hard all the time. I don't want to dance all the time, maybe.
I'll sing.
I do dance a lot.
Broden can actually sing, apparently. Rather sing, dance. I'll sing just because I don't like moving. Dancing is an extreme sport for me. So
Embarrassment.
That's how I sometimes get like my energy out. I need to just stop and dance. Even if I'm like somewhere that's inappropriate to do it, I will still do it anyway.
all right, that's all of the sing that got out those around me. Yeah,
That was
same
fun.
thing. I love you like bad medicine. That's the only lyric I know because it got us. Yeah. All right, we got the trivia, the fucked up trivia.
The fucked up trivia. I wasn't aware it was fucked up. What kind of fucked up?
Yeah, it's very slow back over there. Yeah, I had trouble writing this one as well, so there's some shitty questions in here, but we'll see how we go.
Oh,
All right,
okay. I
first
thought you meant like really nasty, gross stuff. I was like, okay.
No.
Bring it.
First question. So yeah, you got to say your name first, and then I'll tell you who got in first.
Oh, I'm bad at this. I can't even like.
Sorry, it's not happening.
I'm just gonna
I
stay
think a lot of
silent.
these questions, no one will be saying their name anyway. People have just started guessing animals already. It was I nearly did dog again. I did dog last week.
Can there be a bird theme every week?
Prince. In the TV show Red Dwarf, Crichton is what?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Never seen it come off?
What is it?
You
Red
old
Dwarf.
school.
Red Dwarf. It's a sci-fi TV show.
Okay.
Haven't seen
Chicken.
it.
Nikki, how you going, Nick? She's got a robot,
Yeah, Nikki.
Android, a hologram, penguin.
A penguin.
Shit.
Question number 2.
Robot.
Correct.
I know how this works. Question 4 is something different. Yeah.
You're not quite right. Ewan McGregor, Halle Berry starred in what 2005 animated movie?
Something to do with robots.
Yeah, they got
Cara?
it. Yeah.
Was it Wally?
Bianca got it. It's just robots. It's plural. It's robots.
Oh, robots.
Oh, I had no idea.
See? Oh, what's going on?
Watch it. Lost its face. Robbie the robot. Shark's take. Tail. Robot.
There's robots in Shark's Tale.
I haven't seen that one.
How good is Shark's Tale? I want to watch that again.
All right.
Okay.
This is a tricky one, but you might get it.
Yeah.
Which robots are harder, better, faster, stronger?
Why did you think that we would know about robots?
Anything about robots?
What kind of questions are these for us? Like, what the hell?
Think about it. If you go all around the world one
What
more
is the
time,
question again?
you might get it.
What? You're talking in riddles.
What? No.
What is it? Harder, faster?
Cara,
It's a
Wrong
song. It's a
Sex
song.
robot.
It's a song, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like
Not in the
Kanye.
chat,
It's
right?
a song. I know it. Yeah, it's Daft Punk.
Oh,
Yes. Daft Punk is the answer.
Oh.
Me being born in Daft Punk came out in '97 and they're still going. So, Wayno, how you going? We're a good-looking group of people. I'll assume that I'm not included in that.
No, I think he's referring to you.
Daft Punk, or fuck Yeezy.
Yeezy.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
he uses that in one of his songs, doesn't he?
Question 4 is a current affairs sort of question. Well, it's current. Which national treasure dropped his dax at an Elton John concert recently?
Whatever it is.
Ollie
Yeah.
Meldrum.
Yeah, dude.
What did he
Oh,
do
there you
that
go.
for?
They're not too young. They split up 2 years ago. I didn't know that. You're top of that list, Wayno. Thank you.
Was he masturbating or something? What do you mean?
He just mooned the audience.
He's
Oh,
just
okay.
He's an alcoholic. Molly. I think Western Picker got in first in the chat. Tim the Toolman Taylor. Yeah, Pamela Anderson did say that.
I read about that.
Yeah,
But Pamela Anderson was like, "Oh no, he didn't mean anything by it. Like he was just joking."
yeah. Number 5. Which Aussie reseller recently found a Ken Doan scarf?
Cara. I mean, Bianca. Cara.
I was saying my name so I could say my name.
You both said it exactly the same time.
It's actually right here.
Jesse got it.
When I saw it out of the packaging, though, like I took a little gasp, like,
And now I've ruined it because I took
"What have
it.
you done?" Yeah.
I've kept the packaging. Where is the packaging? Somewhere around here. But yeah, now I've ruined it and I've crinkled it. But when I was in the store and I saw it, I actually gasped like really loudly. And
Everyone just said the same thing.
yeah, I actually, because it's obviously from like the 90s, I'd say, and to have something like that Ken Doan like in a plastic like bag still, I was like, oh my god.
Next question is
I just got goosebumps talking about that. Is that okay? What the fuck?
Just like one of those times where you find something for yourself that
Yeah.
like you never think that you would ever find, even though it seems so ridiculous. It's literally a scarf, but and I probably will end up putting it back in the packet.
Put it back in there. I was mad.
Yeah.
number 6. What's the smallest country in the world?
Nah.
I put it in
20 years ago.
I thought this was a pretty common thing.
I don't know.
My brain doesn't hold like useless information like that.
I know.
Tasmania.
It's Vatican City.
That's a state.
I know.
That's
No, I'm
pretty-
that fucking stupid. Like,
yeah.
What's the answer?
Fuck easy.
isn't it something like that? The somewhere in Italy or something?
What's that?
The smallest country, or is that a country?
It's Vatican City.
It is Vatican City.
I have a little info for you. So did you know that Perth or Western Australia tried to claim themselves as their own country?
Yeah, they've wanted to for a little while. Yeah.
And there's an island in Perth where they've got their own. He's got his own currency and everything.
Oh, there you go. I used to live in Perth.
Did you? I love Perth.
Yeah, I lived there for like 5 years.
It's the only place I haven't been in Australia.
Hi, Georgina.
It's so nice. Like Western Australia is huge. But Perth in general is pretty nice. And just obviously Western Australia is really beautiful. The different, I actually didn't really do much exploring. I kind of just moved there to work and then just never really like went anywhere.
All right, next question. What former AFL player was the caricature picture Brad picked up last week?
Bianca.
Oh, fuck, I know that.
Modra.
Yep. Also known as Godra.
Godra.
The one AFL player that is universally loved. I don't think I've ever heard anyone not like him.
I don't know him, so no comment.
Played for the Crows in the 90s. He was super sexy, full forward.
Oh,
all the women loved because he was sexy. All the men loved him because he was a fucking legend. Modra. Oops. What's AFL?
Agreed.
Modra, weak as water. Okay. Maybe one person. Number 8. Who won the Women's Oz Open last night?
Oh, I read it.
No idea.
What? No. That chick. I don't know her name.
Lying on the floor. That's all I know.
She's
Sure.
smashed
The
it.
other day, Jazz and I were doing like we had these. I found these little like tennis rackets at work. I have no idea where they came from, and
I'm coming to work with
I
you.
feel like I'm a fucking idiot. Like, and we started doing like you know how the women do the
noises.
I'm not gonna say it on here because I was.
Give us
but
one,
we were
Wayno. You'll do
we
it.
were doing that.
No one
The
in the chat
moans
even
that the
got it.
girls do. Not moans, the screeching, I don't know what you call it.
The grunt.
Orgasms.
I like him just lots of Crows. Yeah. Brad's one of them. There you go. Tobe's got it. Sabalenka. She didn't play under a country flag. That's weird. I didn't know that. All right.
I demand new questions another week. Like,
That question and the smallest country in the world were like, I just needed 2 more questions. Like, struggling. And right before we went, I opened up StreamYard and let you guys in. Number 9, this wasn't far behind it either. Number 9, what porcelain toy did Jada pick up this weekend?
Ah, Sarah.
Bianca.
That Charlie Chapman dude.
Yes.
He's good.
Yeah, that's creepy. I don't like that.
I don't remember that. I don't. Oh, did he post it about that today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Russians and Belarusians aren't allowed to perform under their
Wow.
Okay,
Interesting.
makes a bit
Are
more
they
sense.
still allowed to do things? Like, I thought they weren't allowed out of Russia and stuff. Like,
I have no idea.
Just don't, yeah. It was
Okay.
the same with the Olympics. They weren't allowed to represent their country.
Give him a cheat question, Wayno.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Bianca got the
I
footy
don't
right.
want to box us in or anything, but come on.
I get Thrifty questions correct. I know what you're for. It's the Noah. I don't know any of the current affairs stuff either. I have to look it up just to write the fucking questions.
I watched the news.
I did watch the end of the Sabalenka match last night. Last question. New AI technology has been developed that is inspired by which movie?
AI.
When was the movie brought out? What movie is it?
Well, that's the answer to the question. Early
I
night.
have no idea.
Every dozen dollars.
Is it a new movie?
Is it a sex robot?
It's
Is it
early
new?
90s.
Will Smith, AI.
Oh my god, it's so easy.
Oh, iRobot's Will Smith. That's right.
You're close,
Oh,
Vicar.
Lincoln.
Lozzie's got it. T2.
What?
Terminator 2.
What did
Why
they
would
do?
they?
Haven't you seen it? They've actually created the liquid dude.
Did they? Oh, sorry.
They've created this
Fire attention.
It's like they've made like a little Lego man out of this metal material, or whatever. I don't know how it works. And they put him in a little cage, and he melts himself down and goes through
And then
the cars and then he recreates himself.
Okay,
Oh.
that's sick.
Crazy.
Stop
Look
messing with this stuff, people.
Oh
Like,
no.
When my stepdad moved in with my mum and like our family, I didn't like him at the start, and I
was
think
he
we
also
watched-
a little metal man that melted down and
he back then he was a bit like slimmer and like kind of like looks like him a bit. Anyway, I had a bad dream one night that he was the guy and he was like chasing our car with like the hook
Ugh.
things, and I don't know, when you said that, just flashed that in my mind. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
I thought you were going to say that he also melted down and just like came under the door. And...
No. It's just with those fucking hands. Yeah.
I never don't regret myself with a makeup.
Putting on your face, right?
I feel like exactly, Wayne, because like every single movie that has like some sort of AI in it or robot, everyone gets fucked up. Like, why? You know?
Well,
Why-
Elon Musk has warned people like about AI technology. Like
Like
he's like,
when things become
worried about
sentient, like
yeah. So that's the end of the quiz. Coincidentally, we are doing Terminator 2 on Tuesday night on the movie show.
hey.
So isn't that funny how that worked out?
Oh yeah, coincidental.
T2, I haven't got this many comments about a movie we're doing yet. So we've only done like 7. But, yeah, I had a bunch of people like when I announced that we're doing T2, a bunch of people were like, fuck yes. Because it's like one of the greatest movies ever. And Jeff does amazing impressions. So I'm just going to get him to do a fuckload of art impressions. I think I'm going to share something on Instagram and ask people what their favorite Arnie lines are, and then I'm going to get Jeff to say them.
Nice.
That's good.
I haven't told Jeff that yet, by the way, but I'm sure he'll be up.
Can it be something from not the Terminator?
Yeah, Kindergarten Cop.
Can it be
Yeah,
like,
like-
"Get to the chopper"?
No, any Arnie movies, yeah.
I love that line. Get him to say that one.
Which one?
Get to the chopper.
He's got the best lines.
He does.
We'll definitely give it a rewatch. Yeah, I actually watched it a couple of weeks ago. Not planning for this, but I just did because I got it on 4K. I had to watch the Blu-ray though because I don't have a 4K TV or player. But yeah, I'm still going to watch it again before Tuesday.
I don't really remember. Like I've watched T2 and also T1 like multiple times, but it's such a long time ago that I just don't really remember it very well. I have to watch it.
I could almost just go word for word with the whole movie. I think T2. Like, I was fucking 12 years old when that shit came out. Like, I was all over it, and I was a massive Gunners fan as well. So that helped as well. Who's your daddy and what does he do? Not the Kuma.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let off some steam, Bennett. Yeah, fuck yeah. I watched Commando recently as well. And I actually watched Last Action Hero recently as well. I just sort of went through, I don't know, it's a yearly thing. It's pretty much a yearly thing where I just go through an Arnie phase and I just start watching all that.
That's me with Rocky every year.
Rocky.
What? With what?
Rocky. That's just like my go-to movie. I have to watch it every year.
Yeah.
You have to do that one day.
Napoleon
Yeah,
Dynamite.
we did we did Demolition Man, and then we talked about Rocky a bit in our top 5s.
Definitely,
Yeah,
you should do Napoleon Dynamite. You have a good point there, Sarah.
Yeah. You have to pull that apart. This movie.
Eat your food, Tina.
Gosh.
And we're doing top 5 Arnie movies, and it was the easiest top 5 I've ever done. It took me like 10 seconds. It took me how long it takes me to write out 5 titles. So easy. I left Terminator out though. So
He has some done amazing movies. What has he done like in the last? Like he doesn't really do it anymore. He's into politics now. Is he still like a governor or something?
Nah, he hasn't done politics for ages. He's made movies, like a few movies since then. He's made a new Terminator.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It was shit or good?
It was like it was better than all the other sequels.
Okay.
Probably. Bianca's channel. Head over there if you guys haven't yet. She's been pumping out the content. Two Aussie Terminators is good. Sarah's Instagram. Head over there if you haven't already. You guys all have more followers than me, so most people have probably followed you already. But definitely get over there. And Cara, Instagram. And the movie channel. Thank you.
Yes.
I think we're on 98 subs, so we need 2 more people to get to 100. And I just got to 950 today, I noticed, on this channel. So I got 50 away. I might do a giveaway or something maybe for the 1000th. I don't know what, but I'll find something good.
Cara's mirror.
Do you know what? I don't understand what that was. Like, unless it was something not in the mirror and it was like the PowerPoint or something. I don't know. It was so weird.
You might have a mouse in your wall.
But like with a mirror, I'll literally like hold on. Oh, it's heavy. This is the mirror. And this is the mirror. It's like really tall. And I like it was like scratching in the back. And I didn't get it. It's like just against the wall. So
maybe it was scratching the wall and you just thought it was the mirror.
It'd be in the wall cavity.
No, because like I pulled the mirror away from the wall and the scratching was still going.
Ugh. Yeah.
And I was like, can an animal fit inside of this mirror? I was like, can a mouse get inside this? No, it's really thin.
That is me and all the life content. Fine. It's good fun, the movie, so we really like it, all 3 of us. So head over. You don't have to even watch the movie most weeks, I don't think, to watch the show. We only talk about the movie for about 15 minutes and we just talk shit, basically. We don't actually talk much about the content of the movie. So, yeah. Has it got scratch marks on the back?
What if I do? Or should I say that right now? Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. I'm living dangerously.
All right. We'll pack it up. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
No probs. Thanks for having us.
Always fun when you guys all get together. And thanks, everyone, for watching. And thanks in advance for everyone that's here tonight going over on Tuesday night and watching. So, bye, friends. We will see you all next week. Bye.
See you later.